Hey, it's Mark with Mark's Dodgers Cards. Today I'm going to do a double VR for Three Good Nerds and John P. Collects. And I'm going to talk about some my namesake players and for Three Good Nerds. And I'm going to also show some players that I wish I would have seen play in person, which is the subject of John P. Collects. Apologies if I haven't commented on your video or done a lot of YouTube recently. I've been very busy, but excited to do these two VRs. So the first one with Three Good Nerds asks for people that share our names. This kind of flows in with the players I wish I had seen. I'm going to show some players that I did see that I really did enjoy playing that have my name. First guy is haunted by steroid use, but amazing player, and really enjoyed watching him both first as a opponent when he was playing against the Dodgers for the A's, and then I enjoyed watching his the home run race with Sammy Sosa, and that of course is Mark McGwire. And I've got a lot of childhood cards here that here's some 1987 Topps Mark McGwires, Donruss, Leaf. These are all childhood cards that I still have. I really liked collecting him and watching him play. Here's one with Jose Canseco. Here's with Terry Steinbach and Jose Canseco. So anyway, that's Mark McGwire. Another guy who I really liked playing was a very different player, but was a terrific player for the Chicago Cubs. Enjoyed watching him and collecting him, and that is Mark Grace. Here's a few of his rookie cards. Again, childhood cards. Another one, different year. And then another guy who's not kind of at quite on that same level, who I really had a lot of respect for as a pitcher, and this gets into my other VR, is a guy with two players. One, I couldn't find one of his cards, but Mark Gubicza, who was part of the great Royals teams, along with Brett Saberhagen. And then also this guy, Mark Langston. And I think this is his rookie card. Yeah, big strikeout guy. Definitely remember him really well. So the next one is, so thank you to Three Good Nerds for doing this awesome, kind of fun contest. Next up, we have John P. Collects. And John is celebrating 1,000 subs on YouTube. That is a terrific milestone. Oh, I should mention Three Good Nerds is almost at 2,000, which is another awesome milestone. But John is at 1,000 subs, and he's doing a celebration for that. And he's asking people to talk about 3 to 9 players that they wish they had seen in person. And, there's a lot of players I wish I had seen in person. Hard to just narrow it down to 3 to 9. So what I did is I thought about players that I kind of was collecting when I was a kid, and just kind of missed seeing them in their prime or in person. And then I kind of narrowed it down even more to thinking about pitchers, because I really like that aspect of the game, pitching. And some of my favorite players are pitchers, Koufax and Drysdale, and they're on this list. But when I was a kid, I collected a lot of it. None of the players that I focused on were pitchers. I did focus on Pete Rose, but then the other ones were pitchers. And so here's a few people that I wish I had seen in person, which I think would have been fun. And I collected a little bit when I was a kid. One is Fergie Jenkins. Wish I had seen him in person. I may have seen some of these on TV, or maybe even at a game when I was really young, but I was too young to really remember or appreciate. So there's Fergie Jenkins. Another guy who I collected pretty hard when I was a kid was Gaylord Perry. I have almost his entire run from childhood cards, but anyway, here's his 1968 card. And I remember, kind of the end of these guys' playing days cards, but I didn't really get to see them in person. Gaylord Perry. Another guy who I did, I think I completed his run, or if not, very close to it, and that is Steve Carlton. I remember his the strikeout race with Nolan Ryan. Of course, Ryan far surpassed Carlton, but for a while they were kind of neck and neck. So anyway, here's Steve Carlton. Here's his rookie card, another childhood card. And then we'll get into Dodgers. Of course, one guy who, again, he was like the old man when I was a little kid, and he had left the Dodgers, but a great longtime Dodger pitcher, Don Sutton. And then, of course, I've showed all of my cards of these next players, well, a couple of these players. This is Sandy Koufax. I showed this recently, but this is the Bazooka panel that I recently picked up. I just show it again. And then I decided to get one of my other bigger cards out, Topps Giants, which is a great card. And then the last two are really two guys I really wish I would have seen in person because of their reputation for just being like mean pitchers who really challenge hitters and just really went after people. And one of them is Bob Gibson. I would have loved to have seen Bob Gibson pitch. There we go. Try to get a little glare. This is a childhood card. It's pretty sharp card, actually, off center, but a little sharp, pretty sharp. Corners are great. The back is a little bit miscut, but I like this card a lot. And then the last guy who I really, really wish I would have seen in person, both as a hitter, but a pitcher and a hitter. And this is a new pickup for me. This is a 67 Venezuela. I have shown my entire Don Drysdale run, which I will link in the below. I'll link the Don Drysdale run and also my Koufax run in the description. But anyway, this is a 67 Venezuela, but he was really known for going after hitters as well. So I would have loved to have seen a matchup of Don Drysdale against Bob Gibson. I think that would have been pretty sweet to watch. And you can see the little paper loss, which is why it's a 2. So those are the players that I wish I had seen in person, and particularly would have liked to have seen a Don Drysdale, Bob Gibson pitching matchup. That would have been pretty cool. John also asked, not required, but asked that we shout out 2 channels. There's tons of channels that I love and comment on my channel, but I'm going to just pick out 2 channels that are relatively small. Both have under 50 subscribers. One is Steve's Hobbies. He's got 45 subs. And another I just found recently, Jimmy Card Collector, who has 27 subs. So I'll link their channels below, and consider checking them out and subscribing. Steve has a lot of Dodger content and has posted a number of cool things, including a Don Sutton run. And Jimmy has some great vintage that he just shared. And I think he just shared coming back from Strongsville. So that's another channel to check out. All right. Thank you to 3 Good Nerds and John P. Collects. And congratulations, John, on your milestone. And 3 Good Nerds is getting close to 2,000. So that's going to be coming soon, I think. So anyway, that's enough rambling. And hope you enjoyed this. And thanks for watching.